Attention true crime community. True crime community has been infiltrated.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost.
Is compromised.
We are reaching for the stars, but we're making this too hard. And I wonder where you are.
True crime community has been infiltrated.
Yes, Mr. Yes, Mr. Yes.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
You work in a fucking gap, and you're 45!
I do not want any spies or snitches stuck to my chest.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say? Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
So that's you to the rules, and you can't stick to them. Whatever. Those rules aren't real. You can't stick to them!
Do it my way.
Get ready for the shit show. Smoke them if you got them. Make sure you have your cigarettes. Make sure you have your drinks. Make sure you have all your stuff ready because it's going to be a hell of a day today. Understand me when I say people are fucking sick of this.
I need you again. So stick around. So stick around.
She told her subs and everybody to get ready for the shit show that was going to be put on today. She was well aware of it before it happened. She told you to get your cigarettes, your snacks, and your drink.
Say that I wasn't including Queen Bee, okay? I've said that on every single live. I'm not talking about Queen Bee. I'm not talking about Queen Bee. Guess what? I was fucking talking about Queen Bee.
Leave the world around us. They don't need to know. Come find me where the sun sets and say you'll never let me go. You're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I go. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. You'll always be my broken love. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love.
Queen Bee, bring the information on Queen Bee. We're done with Queen Bee. Queen Bee's in my crosshairs. There's Queen Bee's channel. Queen Bee thinks she can. But Queen Bee is reformed. I bet you Queen Bee gets tricked. Queen Bee.
Fake PI trash bag bitch is so obsessed with me.
You'll always be my broken love. They don't know how we love when we're lying close. With you, I know I belong. Without all eyes on us, you're the one I want. Say you need me. Hide where I go. Don't let go. I know you feel the same. Say you need me. 'Cause you'll always be my broken love. Broken love. Cause you'll always be my broken love. Cause you'll always be my broken love.
Queen Bee would think she could.
Anybody at Queen Bee show earlier.
We talked about Queen Bee and stuff. I didn't listen to Queen Bee's.
I heard Queen Bee. We got bailing on Salty for Queen Bee, and some people not the Queen Bee. I don't understand why anybody's afraid of her.
About Queen Bee over here on Queen Bee.
Queen Bee, show her face, show her face, show her face.
That's real rich coming from somebody who wears pantyhose on his face every live.
You'll always be my broken love.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening? Sorry, y'all. I was going to pop back on here earlier, but I got busy. I went and got the kiddos, and then we had practice and a game and all kinds of stuff. So I didn't get a chance to get back on here earlier with y'all and go over the Karen Reed stuff. So I figured because there had been a couple other people going over it, we would wait and do it tomorrow or something, you know, and talk about it when there's more information available. We tried to get on there today, but it was a shit show. So, and then of course, you know, with the glare streaming it straight from the court or whatever with him streaming him and Turtle Boy or him and Turtle Boy's fan or whatever was streaming straight from the courthouse. So, yeah, I know they're trying to get that stuff figured out and shit too. So, and I know Burnt Toast is live about Lana's stuff. I can't watch Lana anymore. So we just went through like 3 straight days of her and I can't sit through another fucking day of Lana. So I'm like, oh no. I'm not going to be able to, I wanted to go over there, which I went over there and showed support anyways and stuff, which I mean, I want you guys to do the same.
Please make sure you show support because Burnt Toast has been, she shows love every time. So we got to make sure we show some love to her as well. But anyhow, I wanted to talk about this case with these three guys that were found dead in the backyard of their friend's house after a Kansas City Chiefs game. So we're gonna go over that real quick. I don't know. I think it's pretty odd that they found three guys frozen, three best friends frozen to death outside, and they're in a backyard or on a deck. It's fucking strange to me. I can't wrap my mind around it being just an accident. And I know the family's pissed. They're extremely upset, and I don't blame them. I do not blame them. Not one bit. So we'll put that on real quick, and then you guys can tell me what you think, what you believe happened. Let's see here.
Go all Canada on you again, because tomorrow in my hometown of Winnipeg, north of North Dakota, the high temperature will be 0 Fahrenheit, the high. And the overnight low will be -5. And that's standard.
It's been super cold here too, but here we go.
I grew up that way. That's like an average winter day. We bundled up like Kenny from South Park, and off we went to school and work, and we knew how to survive it, but we also knew this. It could kill you if you mess around. So don't get drunk and pass out in a snowbank, because you can literally die. Which brings me to Kansas City. It's a place where I don't usually think that kind of thing can happen, but, never say never. Because police there say 3 friends, diehard Kansas City Chiefs fans, got together at their buddy's house 2 Sundays ago to watch the Chiefs take on the Las Vegas Raiders. And that was the last anyone heard from them. From David Harrington, from Clayton McGeeney, and from Ricky Johnson. For 2 whole days. Friends and family just kept calling and searching for these guys. Until one family member decided, hey, let's go check back at the house where they watched the game. And wouldn't you know it, they found all 3 men dead. Frozen on the back porch and in the backyard. Weird, I know, but here's where it gets even weirder. The buddy who was hosting the football night, he did not have much to say except they froze to death. Again, there is a scene from The Shining in his backyard. They froze to death. So the families of those 3 men rightfully want more answers, and that is where Malik Jackson comes in.
Yeah, so what do y'all think about that? All 3 found dead. Yeah, I think that's pretty fucking sus. That's pretty fucking sus to me.
He is a reporter at Kansas City's Fox 4 News, and he's been on top of the story since it broke. Look, I don't know how the police are investigating this case, Malik, but I would be really suspect if all the host of the party could say was they froze to death and not much more. What am I missing?
Yeah, it's a story that we really don't understand. It really doesn't make sense. And for full transparency, we've reached out to KCPD, the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, and they seem to be bewildered too, because as you were speaking about being from Canada and the temperature being low, it has been cold here over the last few days with this Arctic blast that moved in. But that particular Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, the high temperatures were over 40 degrees. So it is really interesting how they would have frozen to death. More importantly, they're at their best friend's house. So if they're at their best friend's house, outside, if they get cold, theoretically, you'd think you could go inside of the home. So there are a lot of questions, Ashley.
And look, we saw the pictures, and it's pretty clear these are not elderly people. They're not disabled people. They're not kids. They're 36, 37, and 38 years old, prime of their life. The homeowner in this case, has anybody said that he might be a suspect here? Is there at least an investigation where something sounds hinky, so we're doing something about it?
So there is an open investigation, and right now police haven't named a suspect or even a person of interest in this case just yet. We do know that the day that this story, that Fox 4 was able to break this story, that we were able to make contact with his family, and that's how we figured out that he was telling his family members that his friends froze to death. But over the last weekend, a viewer sent us a tip, and there was a U-Haul outside of the home just this last weekend.
Yeah, I think that's pretty goddamn suspect. Now they all went to high school together. They've been best friends. Hold on a second. I did not see this. Sea Bears owner gifted 20 memberships. Make sure if you guys got one, you tell her thank you. Thank you so much for showing some love, baby. I appreciate that. Twisted Truth Seeker, thank you. I appreciate you supporting the Hive. This is way too odd. Maybe one guy, but I'm not buying 3 grown men all passed out drunk in the snow and froze to death. Girl, I'm saying, Sarah, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but let me just say it's suspect as hell to me. I don't understand how this even happened or how the hell they didn't get up and go back inside. I guess I don't understand. Let's see here. Oh shit, Sherry. Okay. This guy is supposed to be a best friend and had a dog or dogs. So your dogs didn't need to go in the backyard to do their business. You didn't see their cars still out front. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, you didn't see their cars out front. You didn't let your dogs out. And then when they come to the door, he's all, oh, they froze to death. What the fuck? Didn't you think their families would be looking for him? You guys went to high school together. So yeah, their families, their kids, their wives. I mean, come on now.
So it begs the question, where is he? And the only person that could answer that is him right now. But no suspect. There's no person of interest that the police department has enlightened us about at this point.
Okay, you are a great reporter. You were able to talk to the mother of David Harrington. Her name is Jennifer Marquez. How is she digesting what the police are saying to her?
I mean, it's difficult. She just doesn't understand how this could have happened. As we talked about at the top, it just really doesn't make sense. And she's in that state right now. And speaking of state, she lives out of state. So she's in Arkansas. I actually spoke with her again on the phone today. She's making her way up to Kansas City, but this was her oldest child.
Diamond Cutter, hold on. Queen Bee, did you see the weird post that dude's sister posted about the 3 dead birds on the back porch? No, I did not. No, I did not see that. And the guy who lived in the house didn't go to work for 2 days either. He definitely knows what the fuck happened to his friends. Okay. I tell you what, this motherfucker knows something happened. I swear to God, he knows something happened. There's no way his friends just was out in the backyard for fucking 3 days. And there's just, here, I got to pin this link, so I'm going to have to keep posting it and I'll forget. Yeah, Diamond. Yeah, go see if you can find that post for sure. I'm really fucking shit up hitting a bunch of buttons over here. Damn near put it on members only and didn't even mean to. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, anyhow.
Child. He wasn't even supposed to be born. So she calls him her miracle baby. And now he dies in this weird manner and she wants answers. We spoke exclusively, with her last week. And here's what she told us. Take a listen.
Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story. None of his friends, none of the families, none of us believe it. Only the police. Only the police are saying that there's no foul play. Only the police who contacted me today are saying that the story that is saying makes sense.
Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation now.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think that shit makes sense to me at all. It seems like it's very suspicious, highly suspicious to me. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Let me see if we can go grab another clip real fast. Hold on. We'll go see what we got going on.
Person is found dead on a back porch in the Northland. Police then discover 2 more bodies at the same home in the backyard. Police say there were no signs of foul play.
Yeah, tonight there are many questions, but not a lot of answers. But within the last...
So wait, you mean to tell me you had 3 dead bodies out back a couple days? You didn't realize that the cars were out front. You didn't realize that their wives would be looking for them, their families would be looking for them, and you went to school with them since high school? I guess I'm not understanding what the fuck.
Last few hours, we have learned more from the man who lives in that home. Fox 4's Malik Jackson is live outside of police headquarters tonight. Malik, neighbors, of course, in that area, that Northland neighborhood, are in disbelief. And you've also learned some new details about what possibly could have happened.
Absolutely. For starters, Christelle, by all accounts, this is a quiet neighborhood. It lacks action, if you will, but that certainly has changed in the last 24 hours. And in the last few hours, we've learned from family that the person who lives in that home has told them his friends froze to death.
Somebody said they got a bad batch of drugs. Wouldn't they? Very well might have, but that would be in their autopsy report, don't you think? Don't you think the police would announce that? Hey, Firefly, how you doing, girl? Thinking drugs first and then freezing. Yeah, somebody else said that, but don't toxology reports take months to get results? Yeah, they do, but I think they would know if it was an overdose, don't you think? And how did the 3 friends get into that, but he didn't, and no one else did? It still doesn't explain him not calling and reporting it, that there's 3 frozen dead bodies out back. You know what I'm saying?
Shock, surprise, and confusion setting in here near Northwest 83rd Terrace in Kansas City's Northland.
It's very scary because I heard nothing, and I'm home most of the time, but I didn't hear anything.
Pretty quiet neighborhood. I mean, for sure, there's not a whole lot that goes on here. So, yeah, quiet, safe.
And while it remains quiet, neighbors are concerned about the safe part. Ziegler has lived here for nearly 15 years. The most she says happens around here is a stolen package or two every once in a while. But that changed last night with a call to KCPD around 10. A person went to this home looking for her fiance. There was no answer. She went around the house and broke through the basement and found a body on the back porch. She called police. Family of the man who...
So, you mean to tell me the wife went over there after 3 days, went over there, broke in the damn door, busted in the fucking door, and found him dead on the back porch? What in the absolute fuck? And nobody reported this. No police reports. No calls to the family. Nothing. Nothing. The math ain't mathin'. Something's fucking wrong.
Calls this house home, says he told them his friends froze to death.
It's kind of disturbing. It makes you wonder what's going on. But then again, if we don't know yet, could it have been carbon monoxide? It got really cold all of a sudden.
So carbon monoxide outside? Carbon monoxide outside and the guy was inside and he was fine? What?
And right there, what you heard from Suzanne really captures how that neighborhood is feeling and how KCPD is feeling too at this hour with not a lot of answers, even if they froze to death. How could that have happened? Well, we'll have to wait and see. John.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems pretty fucking crazy to me. Because I mean, it's not like you just go outside. Okay, so you go outside, you get cold. Well, I mean, you would go back inside. What would make them go outside unless they were super drunk? But I mean, can you see 3 people going outside, sitting down and being drunk as hell and sitting there and just falling asleep, and not one of them woke up and said, "Hey, it's cold, let's go inside." So the homeowner told his family that the guys froze to death. He didn't tell the police that. Maybe the police told him that's what they thought happened. Yeah, it's different. I mean, there's got to be something going on. I mean, how did the fiance break in the home if the owner was there? I don't know. Here, let's listen to that again because it says she breaks in the door.
I've learned more from the man who lives in that home. Fox 4's Malik Jackson is live outside of police headquarters tonight. Malik, neighbors, of course, in that area, that Northland neighborhood, are in disbelief. And you've also learned some new details about what possibly could have happened.
Absolutely. For starters, Christelle, by all accounts, this is a quiet neighborhood. It lacks action, if you will, but that certainly has changed in the last 24 hours. And in the last few hours, we've learned from family that the person who lives in that home has told them his friends froze to death. Shock, surprise, and confusion setting in here near Northwest 83rd Terrace in Kansas City's Northland.
It's very scary because I heard nothing, and I'm home most of the time, but I didn't hear anything.
Pretty quiet neighborhood. I mean, for sure, there's not a whole lot that goes on here. So, yeah, quiet, safe.
And while it remains quiet, neighbors are concerned about the safe part. Ziegler has lived here for nearly 15 years. The most she says happens around here is a stolen package or two every.
It's like she went out and started doing her driveway just so that they could record that. Like, you can tell she ain't shoveled her driveway in how long. Look.
15 years. The most she says happens around here.
Look at the driveway. She just started shoveling that driveway while the news was outside.
Is a stolen package or two every once in a while. But that changed last night with a call to KCPD around 10. A person went to this home looking for her fiance. There was no answer. She went around the house and broke through the basement and found a.
So she knocked on the door. There was no answer. She went around to the back of the house and broke into the basement.
Body on the back porch. She
broke into the basement, found a dead body on the back porch.
Called police, and when they got there, they found.
She called the police, and when they got there, they found 2 more bodies. 15-minute time frame. The biggest guy was on the porch. Bold of her to break in. Love wins. Yeah. It was. I'll tell you right now, though. How many of y'all, as women? So let's say this. Okay, so your man is going to his buddy's house, right? They're going to go watch the game together. He don't come home that night. I don't know how many women would be okay with their man not coming home. But okay, let's just say for a minute that he doesn't come home that night. So the next day you try to reach out to him. He don't answer back. Don't text you back. Don't call you back. So then on to the next day. No answer, no text, no nothing. How many of y'all are going to go to the fucking house or go to his friend's house and knock on the damn door and ask where in the fuck your man's at? Email it to me, Pecan Pie. We'll put it up. I'll tell you right now, I probably wouldn't have waited 3 fucking days. My ass would have probably been there that night or the next morning. What the fuck is going on? So, she knocks on the door, no answer. She goes around to the back, breaks in the basement window and finds one guy dead on the back porch, calls the police, And then they find another 2 of the friends on the back deck dead. Right. I'm telling you right now. Shit. I'll probably be kicking doors into, I don't know. Also, none of the men's families reported them missing in 3 days. Not that I'm aware of. I haven't seen any reports or anything. We got some investigating to do here. Where was the guy who lives there while his friends were outside freezing to death? Girl, that's a good question. That is a good question. And now there's a U-Haul there and they're moving shit out. What you think's going on? This is all sus. Yes, it is. It's fucking sus as hell. I don't know what the hell's going on. But come 4 a.m., I would have been there dragging his ass out. Okay, Bodie? Okay. I'll tell you right now. Phone tracking and ping. Some people don't have like trackers on their stuff. I mean, I know iPhones and different things like that sometimes do, but a welfare check would have been my first thought. So if your man don't come home, you gonna call and have a welfare check done on him? You gonna call the police to his buddy's house? I don't know, but I don't know. I don't think I would do that, but I would probably go check my motherfucking self. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's kind of odd, but the family is extremely upset, and they're even more pissed off that the police ain't doing anything about it at this point in time, which they did say it is an open investigation. But go check the poll out. Do you think there was foul play? It's anonymous, so I won't know. Even you little haters out here just watching, you little Bush watchers, go ahead and click that fucking poll. I want to know what y'all think too. You think it was foul play or not? Inspector Gadget. Yep, we're on it now. We need to do a deep dive. Got to figure this out. Well, I mean, I'll tell you right now, not very many women would let their men or husbands go 3 and 4 days with no contact. Yeah, you foul play. I'm telling you now, I think there was foul play, and this is just my opinion. But I mean, I don't, as in foul play, I mean, like, there's something going on. They didn't just sit down and die. There are 3 healthy grown men. They didn't just sit down and die. That's for sure.
2 more bodies in the backyard. Tonight, family of the man who calls this house home says he told them his friends froze to death.
It's kind of disturbing. It makes you wonder what's going on. But then again, if we don't know yet, could it have been carbon monoxide? It got really cold all of a sudden.
And right there, what you heard from Suzanne really captures how that neighborhood is feeling and how KCPD is feeling too at this hour with not a lot of answers.
Nope, and there ain't very many answers either. I don't know if the police have done an official statement. I haven't seen anything, but I can go look. We can go check this out and go see real quick. That's what we can do. I'll tell you what, you guys, there's all kinds of shit going on. There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And I didn't even realize all the shit going on. But here, like, there was a body found in San Diego freezer. It says it may be a woman that was missing for 9 years. Now tell me that shit ain't crazy. That shit's wild as hell to me. Like, there's all kinds of stuff on here going on, and I didn't even realize it, that there was all this shit going on. But I can tell you what, when I seen that these 3 guys passed away, it kind of just blew my mind that this was even going on. Now here's this other report, like the reporter that did this on. Okay, it's pretty much the same thing, pretty much the same information, but we'll watch it.
neighborhood called the Coves. As we take a closer look, you can see the home behind me where the discovery of the 3 bodies was made. According to Kansas City Police, a woman came here to the home just before 10 o'clock last night looking for her fiance. When he didn't answer the door, officers say she broke into the basement of the home. She then discovered an unknown body on the back porch and called police. When officers responded, they found 2 more bodies in the backyard. According to KCPD, there were no obvious signs of foul play observed at or near the bodies. This discovery has longtime residents like 18-year-old Charlie Brook, who spent his whole life here, both shocked and baffled.
It's pretty old as in the sense of age of people living here, so not much goes on. It's pretty quiet, so this is obviously a shock for any neighborhood, but especially ours.
Several neighbors tell us the home is a rental property. One of those neighbors says a man in his late 40s lives here. City records show the homeowner is from Denver, Colorado. Reporting live in the Northland, Andy Elcock, KMBC 9 News.
All right, Andy, Kansas City Police not identifying any of the victims as of right now. Officers tell us that may not happen until next week.
Together to watch this football game, a Chiefs game. Missing for 3 days. Police find bodies in the backyard. What in the world? I know family is demanding answers. Are we learning anything new at this hour about this case?
You know, Marky, this is just a really shocking case. In fact, we have reached out to police who say first and foremost that this is not a homicide case, but a death investigation. Police going on to say there have been no signs of foul play at this time. But family and friends say that these 3 men and how they died, it does not add up.
I'm furious. Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story.
Jennifer Marquez said her 37-year-old son, David Harrington, went to a friend's house to watch. She reportedly found one of the bodies and called police.
Shit, could you imagine going to look for your husband because he went to the football game? You think you're going to walk in and find him there with a female or something, something crazy, and you walk in and they're dead? Holy fuck. I can tell you right now, that would have me fucking in a goddamn panic. Hey, Pecan, what you doing, girl?
Hey, Queen Bee, can you hear me?
I sure can, love. What you doing?
Oh, nothing much. So I was just about ready to head out on my walk, and I just wanted to come up and show you I put the link for you in the back, and it's the layout of the house because the house is a rental, and so it was listed on several.
Oh, I see it.
Okay,
you
so
want
I
me
put
to turn it on? You guys
I
want
put
to
the
look
link
at it?
back there. It has a good layout, and I mean, I don't even see a back porch, and so I thought that was pretty interesting. But those pictures are pretty good, pretty in depth. So there you
Well,
go.
here we go. Is this from the back, right?
Yeah, it's a beautiful house.
God, I was gonna say this is gorgeous.
It's huge, and there's a huge basement in it.
Well, yeah, that's where she broke into. They said she broke into the basement, which would be right here, right? Is that what you mean?
No,
Like,
keep going. There's an actual. It'll show the actual basement. I mean, this place is huge.
Oh, here I see.
Yep, there's the basement there.
So look at that window, though. That's small as hell. How'd she break in that little shit?
I don't know.
That's
Maybe she's small.
Can you guys see what I'm seeing? Okay. I just didn't know if it changed, if the picture changed with it. I'm just looking to see if there's any other windows, because there's that small one right there. How the hell did she break into that and then find him passed away? Oh, there's window. Maybe that's window.
That's the garage.
The garage. Okay, I see the doors now.
Yeah, the garage is on the side of the house. But see, look.
So here's the back porch right here. How fucking weird is this? So they were just sitting out here in the back. Because this would be the back porch.
That's the back area. There's more pictures. You can keep going. See, that's like the wide angle of it. It's a huge backyard.
Backyard, yeah.
But I didn't see any porch. Of course,
well, this is the porch right here. It's like this is their little porch area right here. You know what I mean? There's the back door. There's the little slide glass doors. How in the fuck? That makes it even more suspect to me seeing the back area, the back porch area.
Yeah. This
Hey,
poor
Ellie.
these families. I feel so bad for these families. I hope I really do hope it's a situation where the police are just like telling the public, yeah, you know, nothing to see here, and they're investigating the holy heck out of it, because that is so strange, just odd as can be.
Right.
Hi, Ellie.
Hey.
Did you see this backyard in this the back porch area where they were
Yeah.
found? Look at this.
So like one was found in the porch and two were found in the yard, it said. Is that what they said?
Yeah.
From my understanding, they found one on the back porch, and then she said she found two outside.
In the yard, yeah.
And it wasn't really clear if it was her fiance she found on the back porch. It sounded like she found at least one on the back porch, freaked out, called the cops, but it didn't say. So I don't know if she had to find her own fiance that way or what.
Wait,
But
why would she break into the basement before just walking around back to the back?
Right?
It's because it's fenced. It's fenced.
Oh, it
in.
is fenced. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's all fenced in. Hey,
You wouldn't
B-Tim,
have
what's up?
expected them to be, you know. I wouldn't have expected them to be out in the yard like that, you know.
Yeah, I haven't heard about this case.
What's up, Diamond Cutter? How are you, baby?
I'm
Hey,
doing
I'm good. How are y'all? Hey, check your email, Queen. I sent you a link to it was a TikTok thing I watched yesterday, and I just learned about it myself yesterday. But wait till you see the link, man. She tells this girl goes into a lot more depth about this.
Oh, does she? Oh, here, I just got it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. We'll play it then. Yeah,
All
that'll
right.
give us
All
a
right,
little
then.
more detail. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Somebody in the chat earlier was saying that the roommate is like the guy that owns the house or whatever is a scientist. Did you hear this? I mean,
Yeah,
this is
I did just hear that.
okay that he might be doing like some kind of experiment. I mean, it seems like they didn't all die of like hypothermia. It doesn't make sense. Do you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. That's what I mean. It does not make sense. Okay, so there's the backyard to this house. Okay, so here, let me give you guys a replay, okay? Real quick replay. So here we go. There was 3 friends that went to their buddy's house to go watch the game. Here, this is a family member here.
I'm furious. Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story.
Jennifer Marquez said her 37-year-old son, David Harrington, went to a friend's house to watch waiting for the medical examiner's cause of death for the 3 men. And Marquez says that her family will never be the same.
It's a huge loss. He's everything. He is a brother. They are missing him and they are brokenhearted.
Devastating for that mother right there. But at this time, no arrests have been made. Again, police emphasize that there are no signs of foul play at this time. And police say that the homeowner is cooperating with law enforcement. Marky and Nick, lots of questions here.
Something doesn't add up.
Definitely. Right, something does not add up. Okay, here's the house that they passed away at. Here's the basement where she said she broke into the basement part. This is the basement area here. And then here's the back porch, back area.
And it wasn't like super cold. This was like on the 8th, 7th of January. So it's not during the Arctic freeze that we had. It was like 30 something degrees, 32 degrees.
Right.
It wasn't super cold. I mean, not like cold, like it is cold now everywhere.
Like freezing below temps.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's odd. I think.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. I'll tell you that much.
Unless they all had something similar that they died from, and it's not like carbon monoxide poisoning because that would only happen inside or something.
Like I could believe the hypothermia thing if it was just one person,
yeah,
accidentally, but
yeah,
three,
but three
and then
people
to wait. So and then it's like
the
almost
odds.
it's like the homeowner wouldn't even have ever reported it unless the girlfriend came over like she did, because he's just like they froze to death a couple days ago.
I did not see him outside. I mean,
3 days outside though, come on. And I mean, they came over and watched the game with you, so what? When they went outside and didn't come back in, you didn't want to say something? I mean, what the hell happened? So anyhow, here's a TikTok. It's really informative. We're about to pop this on real fast and watch this.
Cool.
Because
They said it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks for the toxicology.
yeah, it does take a long time to get that in, you know.
Yeah, because that might show something big, you know.
Yeah. All right, we ready to watch this?
The case where the three friends were found in the backyard of their friend's house after watching a Chiefs game last weekend. I've been in contact with some of the family members and friends of the victims in this case, and so I'm very grateful that they have been open and honest with me and vulnerable about sharing some of the specifics about this case, but I am going to be keeping them anonymous just to respect their privacy. However, the consensus is that they want this story out there because everyone thinks there's something fishy here and they want justice. So just for a quick recap, this is Clayton McGeeney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington. They went to this house, the home of Jordan Willis, who is a brilliant scientist out of Kansas City. He hosted a little watch party for the Chiefs game last weekend. The last person to leave the house left at around 11 o'clock. And then nobody heard from these three friends that Monday or that Tuesday. Finally, Clayton's fiance, April, went to the house on Tuesday evening to figure out what the heck was going on. She was banging on the doors. People had been messaging Jordan for days. He was not responding to anybody. He wasn't opening the door for anybody. And then finally, April took it upon herself to get into the house and figure out what the heck was going on, announced her presence, went to the backyard and found somebody laying on the porch covered in snow. One of the men was found on the porch, and then the other two were found in the yard. This is Jordan Willis. He was renting the home at the time, and he said that he assumed his friends must have frozen to death. Now, in my last video, I did raise the question about how this man who had 2 dogs didn't notice that his friends were laying in his backyard over the course of 2 days, but apparently his dogs were actually at his parents' house. But that still does not explain why you wouldn't answer all of the calls and messages and people banging on your door looking for your friends, especially when 2 of their cars were parked in front of his house. Ricky's car was at David's house because the 2 of them rode together. Clayton's car was at Jordan's house as well. As of right now, there is a search warrant being executed at Jordan's house. The autopsies and toxicology reports are pending, so that will hopefully give us some more answers. And then as of yesterday, Jordan Willis had a U-Haul out in the front of his house because he's moving out. And to answer this question,
wow,
I don't know, because this gate was unlocked. So there's not any way that these guys couldn't have gotten to their cars if they wanted to. It's still inexplicable how they all ended up outside and how they all ended up dead. There have been rumors or speculation that drugs were involved. I'm not really going to touch on that just yet until we have more specific information, but it does seem like one of the most plausible theories. And this is so bizarre, but somebody sent this to me. This is a screenshot from Jordan's sister's Facebook page, and I went ahead and blurred her name out so that there's nothing attaching her name to this post. But a week before this incident happened, she posted this picture of a dead bird on a back porch with the caption, "Hello, Lee Summit Police. I'd like to report a mass homicide. There are not 1, not 2, but 3 dead birds on the back patio of this house I just showed. Send help. #RealItterLife."
That's so damn weird.
Yeah. Lastly, GoFundMes have been set up for each of the victims, but just make sure that you're giving to the right one if you do. David Harrington's is organized by Dennis Wallace. Clayton's is organized by Stacia McGeeney, and Ricky's is organized by Stephanie Walling. I'll continue to follow this story and report on it as I communicate with the friends and family of the victims. I think justice needs to be served here because something is not right.
What do y'all think? What do y'all think?
Wow. Interesting. That bird thing is a little weird.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Very weird, the bird thing.
Yeah. A mass. That's weird.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
So the sister's a realtor.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
Strange.
And the guy's a scientist.
Yeah. What the hell?
I wonder what they mean by scientist. That could
And he
kind
didn't.
of...
They said he studies like the HIV virus, I guess.
Oh. Interesting.
Weird.
I don't know. That's what I said in the chat. I don't know. I didn't look into him, so I didn't even have his name. But I'm just
Was
saying.
it like, how cold was it outside?
They
Not
said
that cold.
32, but go ahead and look. Just check it just to see, just to double check. Because here, like they said, she said, basically their cars were around the around the gate. They could have walked to their cars. They could have walked right outside to, the gate was open, so they had access to get in their cars.
Or Jordan would have seen their cars, like maybe over
Right?
the, like
Why
if my
didn't he
friend's
report
car
them
was
missing?
outside.
Why not
Yeah.
call the police and say, "Hey, there's 3 dead guys outside on my patio."
Outside it was like 36 degrees.
I would like to say thank you to Diamond Cutter for that clip. That was actually a really good
Yeah,
clip.
that was.
That was
And
very informative. Yes, Diamond Cutter. Thank you.
yeah, I don't ever venture over to TikTok, so I'm always stoked when people show me stuff that's good from there. But that lady did a really pretty good job. It seemed.
I mean, you could see, and supposedly his dogs weren't there, but
which is interesting too. Why would his, dogs be somewhere else?
His
Could be
dogs were
100
with his
reasons.
parents, I guess, probably because he had friends coming over.
Look at that house; it's so pretty.
Yeah, and then here's the back patio. Look, right here. There's the kitchen. Okay, so here's the kitchen. There's the patio doors to the back patio where they were found. How in the hell? Look at the refrigerator right there. Bam. Look how close it is.
Nice.
So you turn
Yeah.
around and go to the kitchen sink. How do you not look out the window and see them? You turn around from the refrigerator. You're standing at the kitchen sink. You're looking out back.
Pretty house.
Very pretty. But I mean, look, you're looking right out to the backyard. Look at that window right there.
I mean,
Yeah.
was there snowfall? Is that somehow going to be the
No.
claim?
Mm-mm.
Well, they
Snowfall
said
that
one of
night
the
or
guys was
something?
covered in snow. That's what they said in the report.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that's what they said on the news.
But still, the cars were there, so
Right,
that
it could have been
doesn't-
just a light layer, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Just a little tiny bit, from
Yeah.
like that day or something.
I'm just trying to think of all things because we've seen such weird things in cases before that eventually, as crazy as they were explained. So it's just
I don't know. I feel just really odd with the cars out front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's the big bay window. You look at the house layout, and there's no way he didn't look out front and see 2 cars out there. Here's the window to the, you know what I mean? Look how big that is.
Yeah.
And also,
So-
he's moving now. He had a U-Haul out there. He's all of a sudden moving. Was that a
That's
planned
weird.
move or what?
Yeah.
Well, apparently he didn't own it. He was just renting it. So
Yeah.
him moving, but I mean, to move right after that happens,
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
why would you want to stay if 3 of your best friends you went to high school with passed away? But I mean, what if it was? I mean, the only plausibility I could think is if it was drugs and they all did the same.
Yeah.
They all did the same bag or something, and that.
Something.
But I mean, are all 3 of them on the same? That's just so odd to me. I don't know. It's so odd.
They wouldn't all freeze, like, because I don't know, like one person's
Why
like
not
probably.
call and turn it in, or call their family and say, "Hey, something happened."
Maybe because he gave, like, it was an experiment. I'm just like, the scientist part makes me think like he gave him something. I don't know, but maybe not. You never know. That's the only thing that makes sense, would be like that they all took something that would, because really being outside doesn't make sense. Like, they didn't die of the cold. Do you know what I mean? They died of something else and they all ended up outside.
Love
They had
Wins
to.
says, look, Fox for KC. Okay. Outdoor activities on Saturday evening, like the Chiefs wild card game, will be dangerously cold. We could see wind chills of -5 to -20.
That's right now, though. Like they said that at the time, it was like much warmer than it is right now because we're in this Arctic freeze. This was on the 7th of January, like 10 days ago, 11 days ago, before this whole cold front. I mean, it's probably cold there, but not like you're gonna die of hypothermia cold,
Oh, good egg. Here you go. Look, maybe he wasn't home during those 3 days. The police didn't say. So where would he have? I mean,
True.
of course, where we can't say where would he have went. I mean, why would he have left with his friends dead and that?
And where were the 3? I mean, like, can you repeat where the location where the 3 decedents were?
Yeah, here, I'll put it on the news clip. Did you miss all this, B, Tim? Let me
A
go.
little bit, yeah, because I was
All right, hold
watching.
They were all outside.
It doesn't give exact locations. One was on the back porch area. and then the other 2 were just in the yard. And there's no details as placement, what state they were in, or anything like that.
Did they have their? I mean, did they have their clothes on?
That's what I'm wondering too,
Because sometimes when you
After I get done playing this, it says here it says meet scientists applying new emerging technologies to one of the toughest challenges facing HIV vaccine researchers today. So we'll put that on after we're done, but I'll play this news clip
Yeah,
for you.
but can I say something? Usually in the in those strange like missing 401 situations where people like get cold so cold they start like having some sort of delusions where they start removing their clothes, and just because they start thinking that they're warming up and they just automatically start getting colder and colder. That's why I was asking that question, particularly because I'm wondering if they were like something like caused them to have that type of get so cold that they became kind of delusional at that point.
Yeah, that's the final stage of hypothermia before you actually pass. I can't. There's a word for it, but I can't remember it right off the top of my head.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if they had their clothes on at the time when they did that.
I'd be curious to find that out too.
And it's weird because sometimes they'll pack it up like neatly.
Missing for
It was
3
like
days.
in the
Police find
30s.
bodies in the backyard. What in the world? I know family is demanding answers. Are we learning anything new at this hour about this case?
You know, Marky, this is just a really shocking case. In fact, we have reached out to police who say, first and foremost, that this is not a homicide case, but a death investigation. Police going on to say there have been no signs of foul play at this time. But family and friends say that these 3 men and how they died, it does not add up.
I'm furious. Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story.
Jennifer Marquez said her 37-year-old son, David Harrington, went to a friend's house to the area. The Kansas City police.
So the police said they froze to death.
I mean, like if they froze to death,
I don't know.
I
It
would
was high
expect-
41, low 32 that day. That's not like free. I don't know. Like you would know that you're dying of hypothermia and you would like go get warm
Right.
somewhere. It doesn't make sense unless you were like incoherent or like not, it doesn't make sense. Like it's not that cold that you're gonna, it doesn't make sense to me that the temperature, 41 degrees. Yeah, it was the beginning of the cold front. I just looked at the temperature like on AccuWeather and it said high, that day it was high 41, low 32.
I mean,
it did change a few days later. Like on the 9th, it was 34.22. A couple of days later, it was 31.9.
Yeah, were they drinking? I mean,
we don't know.
I'm guessing so. I mean, I'm going with they probably were, but here,
something.
Butter says here, I don't know of when it wasn't that cold is coming from, but it was below freezing that entire week here. Wind chill of -27 during the Chiefs game. That's cold as fuck to me.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can also think of is if you're drinking a lot, you're thinking that the alcohol is making you warmer, but actually it lowers your like kind of messes up with your temperature and actually makes you get colder quicker without you realizing it. That's a possibility.
Yeah.
Look what Nicole B just said. Look at this. One joint killed 5 teens due to being laced with fentanyl.
See, something like that could have happened.
Well, I was just gonna say, what if it was something like that? Fuck.
Even like pot, like you never know. Like they could have it could have been something very like, benign and it got laced with something. You just never know. I think the toxicology points will tell, but like the cold, like Love Winds is going on and on about this. I just looked up the temperature in Kansas City and yeah, it did start dropping after the 9th, but like, look on this, it wasn't that cold yet until like a few days later. Like, I don't know, you look up, it's right there. It was like on the 12th, it was lower. And on the 13th, it was super cold, 9 degrees. But the weekend before, it wasn't that cold. I don't know why they're arguing with us about the weather. It's right on on the internet. Love Winds. Go check it out.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, honestly, this particular situation, I'm not sure. They're not giving a lot of details, and I don't think a lot of people can imagine people freezing to death.
Right.
So suddenly. So it has to be some sort of drug or some sort of I mean, like, I
All
was
right, here's
originally.
this other one that
Yeah.
was Fox 4. There's a couple of those that here's one that we just played this one. So here we'll play this one real fast. This is one we just watched a little bit ago that I think before you got here.
One person is found dead on a back porch in the Northland. Police then discover 2 more bodies at the same home in the back.
Okay, listen.
One person is found dead on a back porch in the Northland.
One person found dead on a back porch. Now it's one person.
Police then discover 2 more bodies at the same home in the backyard.
2 more bodies at the home in the backyard.
Police say there were no signs of foul play.
Yeah, tonight there are many questions, but not a lot of answers. But within the last few hours.
So how in the hell were they found? Listen, look at this. Right here. Back porch and in the yard. There's the yard. There's the back porch. And how did she find one and not the other 2? Says she came in and found one that the wife did.
I think she originally found the one and then saw the other 2, right?
No, the cops said she found one and the cops found the other 2.
Oh, okay.
So to me,
she's the one that went into the basement.
Yeah, this is the one that supposedly broke in the basement here.
We have learned more from the man who lives in that home. Fox 4's Malik Jackson is live outside of police headquarters tonight. Malik, neighbors, of course, in that area, that Northland neighborhood, are in disbelief. And you've also learned some new details about what possibly could have happened.
Absolutely. For starters, Christelle, by all accounts, this is a quiet neighborhood. It lacks action, if you will, but that certainly has changed in the last 24 hours. And in the last few hours, we've learned from family that the person who lives in that home has told them his friends froze to death. Shock, surprise, and confusion setting in here near Northwest 83rd Terrace in Kansas City's Northland.
It's very scary because I heard nothing, and I'm home most of the time, but I didn't hear anything.
Pretty quiet neighborhood. I mean, for sure, there's not a whole lot that goes on here. So yeah, quiet, safe.
And while it remains quiet, neighbors are concerned about the safe part. Ziegler has lived here for nearly 15 years. The most she says happens around here is a stolen package or two every once in a while. But that changed last night with a call to KCPD around 10. A person went to this home looking for her fiance. There was no answer. She went around the house and broke through the basement and found a body on the back porch. She called police, and when they got there, they found 2 more bodies in the backyard. Tonight, family of the man who calls this house home says he told them his friends froze to death.
It's kind of disturbing. It makes you wonder what's going on. But then again, if we don't know yet, could it have been carbon monoxide? It got really cold all of a sudden.
And right there, what you heard from Suzanne really captures how that neighborhood is feeling and how KCPD is feeling too at this hour with not a lot of answers. Even if they froze to death, how could that have happened? Well, we'll have to wait and see. John?
Yeah, I'm trying to wonder because I'm thinking about the dead bird that was basically in the backyard. I'm wondering if there's some sort of natural gas kind of thing occurring.
Yeah. I think the dead bird, that was like a metaphor. I don't know that really happened. Did it? Oh my God, Willa, what are you doing?
This is the guy's house this is that Jordan or whatever. It was his house that they died at.
What's the address of the guy's house? Jordan's guys?
5208. Here, it's right here on the screen.
5208. What I'm trying to look for.
Want me to go get the link for you?
Yeah, I'm 5208. What?
Not on the screen. Oh, I guess it isn't on the screen.
I'm trying to see the guy's thing, but I didn't see the.
Yeah.
Oh, here it was on the screen. I thought it was flipped on the screen.
Yeah, it can't be
It was
carbon
on my screen,
monoxide
not yours.
outside. Somebody NorCal asked, like, it can't be carbon monoxide outside like that. It would be
It's in
inside.
the back seat, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay, let me
3
see.
dead birds.
Yeah, let me
Yeah, I
just.
think that was a bad joke. Maybe brother and sister about the dead birds.
Oh, that was a joke. Oh, that's fine.
Not a joke. It was like some weird prophecy or something. I don't know what it was. I don't know what I love Winds was like upset with us. I was just looking up, like I looked up 2 different weather places in the Kansas City, Missouri for that day. I don't know why they were like arguing with us when they left, but whatever.
Oh, people sometimes get passionate.
Have a good night.
They left. They're like, I mean, I don't know. It was just like everybody could look up and see what the temperature high and low was that day. I looked up 3 different websites and it all has about the same. Like the Arctic freeze didn't really happen until like 4 or 5 days after this date, you know? That's all. Just facts, not like trying to like twist things.
Okay. I'm just trying to look up other things like that could cause something to happen, some sort of poisoning that can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it
I'm
could
looking
be
up.
anything.
Well, I'm looking up fracking. One thing I was just
Fracking, fracking.
I don't know. I was just like, I'm thinking to myself, like contaminated
Outside of the box.
Yeah, like contaminated water, like a water thing causing it.
Jordan is
All right.
okay.
Here we go.
In a neighborhood just south of Berry Road called the Coves. As we take a closer look, you can see the home behind me where the discovery of the 3 bodies was made. According to Kansas City police, a woman came here to the home just before 10 o'clock last night looking for her fiance. When he didn't answer the door, officers say she broke into the basement of the home. She then discovered an unknown body on the back porch and called police. When officers responded, they found 2 more bodies in the backyard. According to KCPD, there were no obvious signs of foul play observed at or near the bodies. This discovery has longtime residents like 18-year-old Charlie Brook, who spent his whole life here, both shocked and baffled.
It's pretty old, as in the sense of age of people living here, so not much goes on. It's pretty quiet, so this is obviously a shock for any neighborhood, but especially ours.
Several neighbors tell us the home is a rental property. One of those neighbors says a man in his late 40s lives here. City records show the homeowner is from Denver, Colorado. Reporting live in the Northland, Andy Alcock, KMBC 9 News.
All right.
What's up, Good Egg?
Hey, so when I
Find
don't
out. Fill us in.
well, the person who did that TikTok, whoever's putting out this guy's name, that Jordan guy that you were showing, he doesn't live at that address. He lives at a similar address that is not. It's different than the address that you had up. So what I'm saying is, like, I feel like we just have to be careful, because that could have just been like some idiot who like looks stuff up wrong, and they say this is him.
Well, the news has the same house, so what do you mean?
No, that house, right? But this guy Jordan Willis doesn't live there. He lives at a different house he has a similar address nearby, but he doesn't live at that house.
I'm glad you found that now on here.
I looked the guy up to where he lives. He doesn't live at that address.
Was he just renting this place, and did he just
No,
move?
he lives in at a place with a similar.
Or what?
So he rented that place, but he lives in a different location, basically.
No, I think they totally got the wrong. Whoever did it first probably got like complete. There's no reason. Like he lives. He has a similar address.
So wait. Now we're confused. Was he
Okay.
renting it? Because they're saying
Let me
he
be
was
clear.
renting it.
I don't think. I think what I'm saying is, I think whoever got his name in the first place, that wasn't on the news. That was like from the TikTok video. I think whoever internet sleuthed it is identifying the wrong person. This guy, and I think he's just completely like, he's not the person who lives there. So the home is owned. It's a rental. So it's like owned by somebody. They have it under an LLC, like it was bought to be a rental. And then they say the man who was renting it is a guy in his late 40s. The guy that this TikTok person found the sister's Facebook with dead birds and stuff is in his 30s, and he doesn't live at that address at all. Doesn't own it, doesn't live there, doesn't rent it. He lives in a different place. a similar kind of address.
Let's go find this TikTok lady real quick. Let's go see.
So I just think we should be very careful because he could have just been like a person who's wrongly identified by some, sleuth on the internet.
Well, yeah. That's what I just said. Let's go. Let's go.
I mean,
back and look.
the fact that she went and found the guy's sister's Facebook, and the sister had posted weeks before about there being dead birds on her
dead
porch,
bird,
and then trying to be like, oh, look how mysterious that is. I mean, that's off the rails to me.
Let me go find this. Diamond Cutter sent it to me. Here we go. Okay. We're about to go back and watch this shit again. Oh, let me pause. Pause for the cause. Hold on.
I know, but just Kat was saying the thing. The news is not giving this guy's name. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that the news is wrong. This name is only coming out from people on the internet. Like none of the news
People
reports
like
give
this
this guy's
lady.
name. Yeah, like people do this kind of shit, and they don't know what they're talking about sometimes. A lot of times.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ready?
About the case where the three friends were found in the backyard of their friend's house after watching a Chiefs game last weekend. I've been in contact with some of the family members and friends of the victims in this case, and so I'm very grateful that they have been open and honest with me and vulnerable about sharing some of the specifics.
Wait, she says she's been in contact with their friends and family.
Right, but what I'm trying to say is that house is right there, the one she's showing, the one that we saw the Zillow for. That's on Northwest 93rd Terrace, right? This
I
guy
don't know. You're
lives.
saying right? Like I can confirm. I can't confirm.
No,
that.
it said
I
it.
don't know.
It showed at the top of the screen you were sharing from Pecan Pie. The Pecan Pie was sharing.
That's what, that's okay. Yeah,
Right.
that's what Pecan Pie dropped back here. That's this
Right.
one right here.
That's that house. Yes, that's that house, right? The guy, 83rd Terrace. This guy lives on Northwest 94th Terrace in Kansas City. He doesn't live at that address. That is the address where it took place. But this guy that they found, the TikTok lady found, doesn't live there.
Is he unrelated to
This
the whole
lady
thing?
here.
Yeah. And
Okay,
now now she's saying stuff like, oh, maybe he's a scientist who experimented on people and his sister like kills birds and like was signifying his future mass murder and shit. Like, and the guy doesn't even live there. This is the kind of stuff I just want to be careful
Okay.
with.
Can you just wait?
Yeah,
hold
I
on.
was gonna say,
So
hold on,
I just want to clarify things. So basically, the guy that she tracked down was the scientist. Never lived there, and the bird TikTok is unrelated. It was just something that she found randomly from
She
someone.
looked up his sister's Facebook and saw it on his sister's Facebook and thought it was weird. None of the news reports have given this name as this guy being the homeowner, and the news report did say it's a guy in his late 40s, which this guy is not.
Okay, so she found the wrong guy. Basically.
Right.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah, she can be in a lot of trouble for that shit though.
About this case, but I am going to be keeping them anonymous just to respect their privacy. However, the consensus is that they want this story out there because everyone thinks there's something fishy here and they want justice. So just for a quick recap, this is Clayton McGeeney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington. They went to this house, the home of Jordan Willis, who is a...
Right there.
Right, that's not his home. And she said that.
I wonder how the hell she got that. Where did she get that from?
Well, that is the right address because that was shown in the news, the local news outside. And when I looked the guy up, he's the same age as the other guy and he lives in that area. He has like a similar. So she's saying she's sleuthing on Facebook trying to put the pieces together. Like, I don't know how she came across his name, but for her to say that he's the homeowner, she's wrong. And so I already am cautious about, showing any of his personal information that she's putting out there.
See, I'm glad you caught this now.
You know me, I'm here to be the wet blanket all the time. No, but
wet blanket.
Out of Kansas City, he hosted a little watch party for the Chiefs game last weekend. The last person to leave the house left at around 11 o'clock. And then nobody heard from these three friends that Monday or that Tuesday. Finally, Clayton's fiance, April, went to the house on Tuesday evening to figure out what the heck was going on. She was banging on the doors. People had been messaging Jordan for days. He was not responding to anybody. He wasn't opening the door for anybody. And then finally, April took it upon herself to get into the house and figure out what the heck was going on, announced her presence, went to the backyard and found somebody laying on the porch covered in snow. One of the men was found on the
NorCal, what's up?
So I just wanted to
Hey.
back up Good Egg.
I
When
believe
you
her.
Yeah, when you go to look up like property, it's gonna pull records from the owner. It's not gonna tell you who the renters are, you know?
Yeah.
So, and then also
Wet
going back,
blanket.
right. And then going back to the carbon monoxide poisoning, from what I've looked up, like I'm not a very, scientist or smart person, but from what I looked up, it has to be trapped air that's coming like a monoxide poisoning that's coming from appliances. So for them being outside, that's definitely
No, yeah,
not.
that's what I was thinking too. So I was trying to figure out some sort of poisoning or something occurred, but
Yeah, and the only thing I could figure is if it was like a gas fire, like a fire pit, and they were all sitting real close to it and breathing in the fumes. That's like the only other way they could have gotten any kind of like trapped air poisoning in a situation like that, being outside. So that's it. That's all I got.
And I just put in the chat, I agree, NorCal, like, because it could have been something that does happen if they're like in an enclosed porch or something, using something like a generator or like a gas heater. That's possible. But once you get outside if you go outside with carbon monoxide poisoning and then you start like breathing, fresh air, it gets
Yeah, your blood
better.
cells instantly start like
Right. But
releasing that oxygen to your brain, which
right.
part of carbon monoxide poisoning is like it's trapped air and like all of your blood cells are being poisoned, right? As soon as you go back out into like fresh air, like if they were inside, then they went back outside.
You
Yeah.
start to recover. But yeah, I
Right.
agree. But like,
Okay.
so I also put in the chat that
No, Nicole
maybe
B said, are we looking at the wrong house? No, we're looking at the
the
right
house is right.
But the lady on TikTok has the wrong guy. She said his name was what'd she say his name was again?
His name's Jordan. And like he's
Jordan.
from
And it's not Jordan. He never lived there, right? Is that what you're saying, Good Egg?
right. He doesn't live there. Now he could be, she said that
No, he
she's
could be the
talking
owner. He could be the owner, and the guys that were staying there could be renters.
no,
So
because
when
he
you look up
lives
property info, you're going to find the owner's info. You're not going to find the renter's info.
right. So the owner of the house, it's owned by somebody who lives out of state. It's a rental property. That's not him.
Right.
He is a guy who lives in Kansas City. He's not the guy who rents it. He lives at a different address nearby. And if she's going through Facebook or whatever, he doesn't live in the area. He has the same age as those guys. So like, I don't know, like maybe she found a connection that he's like a friend or he was there. I don't know. But the fact that she's calling him the homeowner, that's misinformation. So I just don't find her very reliable.
Well, and the thing is, he could be the homeowner and be the resident that was there, right? He could be.
He's not the homeowner. He
But we
doesn't live
don't
in
know for
Colorado.
sure. We don't know for sure.
We
don't
do
know.
because he doesn't live in Colorado.
Oh, okay.
Right? The homeowner, the news checked the because it showed, like, if you look it up online, it shows it's owned by an LLC, which means it was bought to be a rental. But the local news said that they checked the city records and the person who owns it lives in Colorado. This guy they're showing, he's a guy who lives in Kansas City, who lives on a different street than this street. Sounds like it's a street really close to it, but it's a different street.
So this Jordan lives a block over. So yeah, it's the right house. Yes, these guys passed away. Yes, everything else is true. But the only thing that's different, that's not true, is that this TikTok lady threw in this Jordan Willis, this guy's name, and she's putting him saying that this is his house and these are his friends when it's not.
Exactly. And then also showing it going to his sister's Facebook and like trying to find all this stuff and like making it
about
sound
the bird.
devious.
Yeah.
Now, Rob said Jordan Willis is the renter. No,
But
he's not. He lives a block over.
he lives at a different address, and they said that the news said it was a guy in his 40s, and this guy is in his late 40s, and this guy is not. He's the same age as the guy who passed away.
Good catch, Good Egg.
I gotta pop down, but I'll be listening, guys.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Now we're all confused.
I said because he is the renter and the family's confirmed. But okay, well, Good Egg's saying that that's not him. So I guess we'll have to find out and wait until they list the guy's name.
Yeah.
Because that Kel said you are correct.
And she's
it's all
local,
over
I
my
think.
local news. Less than 2 hours from me, KCK said.
Yeah. Jordan is the tenant at 83rd Terrace. So there's two Jordans, possibly? See, Kels is local.
I don't know. This lady's the one that put his name in it. That's what she's saying. That this lady right here, listen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
She says his name's
the
like
porch,
Rob
and then
Willis or Ellis or
the
something.
other two
Watch.
were found.
Come on now.
Who was a brilliant scientist out of Kansas City. He hosted a justice. So just for a quick recap, this is Clayton McGeeney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington. They went to this house, the home of Jordan Willis, who is a brilliant scientist.
She said right there, Jordan Willis, a brilliant scientist. Who is a brilliant scientist out of Kansas City. So she throws his name in there. That's where everybody's got the name Jordan. She put it in there. So the scientist part is not true. No. Coco said sorry, but maybe Good Egg is wrong. She might be. I don't know. I'm just saying I'm just trying to tell you what she's saying, okay? That's all. I was just trying to say to tell you guys what Good Egg was saying. That's all. Rewind a bit more, Rob. Okay, hold on. We'll listen to it again real quick. So the only thing different is the only thing different about this is the Rob guy.
I've got some updates about the case where the three friends were found in the backyard of their friend's house after watching a Chiefs game last weekend. I've been in contact with some of the family members and friends of the victims in this case, and so I'm very grateful that they have been open and honest with me and vulnerable about sharing some of the specifics about this case, but I am going to be keeping them anonymous just to respect their privacy. However, the consensus is that they want this story out there because everyone thinks there's something fishy here and they want justice. So just for a quick recap, this is Clayton McGeeney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington. They went to this house, the home of Jordan Willis.
Right there. She says she got it from an anonymous source because she doesn't want to out them.
Yeah, she says she's been talking very closely to the family and friends.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what, like, it's kind
That's
of
why people believe her, because she says that she's been talking to the family and the friends.
Mm-hmm. Have
And
you
like
found
his
her
name
TikTok?
isn't anywhere.
I don't even know who this lady is or where this TikTok came from, other than Diamond Cutter had sent it to me. But I'm just saying, like, I don't know. There's no name attached to it. Let's see.
I want to see if there's a name attached because I want to see if she has any updates.
See it.
Okay, here, yeah, we got it. Let's see. This was 3 days ago. Says that bird post is strange. The sister's post is strange. The birds are bizarre. Can't wait to hear what actually happened. This is crazy. I live in KC. Anything about this? I watch the news, but there's nothing calling her out in here that's saying that that's not him.
But I just found an article that has Jordan in it. Here, I just put in the back. That says who is Jordan Willis. That he was hosting the party. I don't know. I'm confused. Good Egg got me all confused. I'm all scrambled.
Good Egg, why you do us like this? Oh yeah,
scrambled this up.
It says right here.
No, I think Ellie or Good Egg is just trying to be
Jordan
careful.
Willis,
No, I know. I'm just
KC
kidding.
Man.
No, yeah, she's just trying to be careful.
No, we're just giving her shit, baby.
Damn it,
But I mean,
Good
I
Egg.
wonder who
You
is this
bad
a
egg.
credible source here? Right. You got us all confused now, Good Egg. Oh, and you know what? They're going off of her TikTok. I'm done.
What, this article? Shut up.
Guys, look, it goes
Well, a
off
lot
her
of these,
TikTok. Look at this.
yeah, a lot of these articles are kind of, some of them are artificially created.
Cover.com. Yeah, that seems like this article.
I mean, remember the Ryan Upchurch?
It goes off of, look, right here. Look at this. The men were found 2 days later. TikTok. It's her TikTok.
Yeah,
Oh my
but you
God,
remember
see?
Queen? Do you remember the whole Ryan Upchurch situation with the articles? Like when one person gets something wrong, all of them start getting them wrong as well.
Right, and they all sound the same.
Yeah.
Every article I looked up for this case, they
Yeah,
all sound
here's
the
the one
same.
that's saying
Yeah.
Right. They even have a U-Haul in the driveway of this one. Look.
Oh my gosh. It's just
There's
like
a U-Haul in
misinformation
Willis'
spreads.
driveway. Yeah, like what the hell? There's even a U-Haul in the driveway. I'm done. Yeah, that's there she is with the TikTok. Oh, this one says fentanyl is something horrible. This one's talking about fentanyl.
See, now that's what I was thinking earlier. I was like, the only way that all three of them, like, after, okay, I'm going to my homeboy's house to go watch a football game. We're going to drink some beers, smoke some joints, whatever. And then the only way that all three of them could have passed out and frozen to death is if maybe they got a bad batch of something.
Right.
I mean, that was the only
that would
thing.
describe, yeah.
Yeah, that I could, but I mean, still the whole thing sounds fucking suspicious. If the homeowner was there,
So let's just cut
how
Jordan
did he not
Willis out
notice
of
it?
it. Cut him completely out
Yeah.
of it. Because we don't know if he was there or
Well, how
not.
did-
We'll just cut him completely out. Okay, just cut his name completely out. Okay, so even going back to this, whoever the homeowner is, we still all the same questions. I still have all the same questions. Why didn't he call before 3 days? Why did the family? Why did the girlfriend have to go over there and find him? I don't give a shit who he is. You know what I mean? Let's even, like I said, we'll take his name completely out of it.
He had his homies come over and hang out with him and then 3 days later, the girlfriend, the mom, the grandma, the kids, everybody's calling him, asking him where his friends are, and he never was like, oh, they were here, but I haven't heard from them. I
They
don't
died in
know.
the backyard. Something. Fuck. Well, like Nicole said though, those one kids or whatever, they smoked out a joint and 3 of them died because it was laced. I wonder if that's something that happened. Like, did they get something bad? Like,
I have a friend that was 19 years old and he smoked a joint and he died and he OD'd and he was not even a drug user. Like he was literally smoked weed and drank some beer. So it can happen.
Like, I wonder why they went outside. Like, if they got overheated by whatever it was. If like, say they did take something and like, do you get like really hot? Like, why did they end up outside? You know what I mean?
No, that would just be if you nod out and just pass out, right? You just fucking. I mean, I don't know what kind of drug does that really. Like, just makes you just fall asleep. But I don't know. I'm not a drug user like that, so I have no idea.
No, yeah, I'm not saying if it was drugs, like, would it be like something that made you like go out? Because like, why would why would they be hanging outside? First of all, in the 30s,
well, my thing is that all three of them, because all three of us have different body mass, all three of us have different tolerance, right? At least one of them would have been like, "Yo, bro, wake up! Like, we got to get inside,"
Yeah,
So
hypothermia.
I don't see
happens,
how
like,
all three of them just passed out and died. No, that doesn't make no fucking
like the
sense.
probability of it is just too like odd. Like
Yeah.
all 3 of them,
There's
like you
no
said, like
way.
everybody has different temperatures, and like they had to like fall asleep or something. Like, yeah, they could definitely die of hypothermia in the 30s, but like they all had to like something had to like catastrophically happen that they all couldn't get back inside. You know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't that cold. It wasn't like
I've
how
been
it is
fucked
right
up, but
now.
I've never been to a point to where I was so cold that like I didn't just naturally like, okay, gotta go inside. It's fucking cold out here. Like there's no fucking way. There's no way. That doesn't make no sense to me at all.
Okay, so here's these. Now look, here's some of these, right? We just watched this one where she says whatever his name is. It's Mama Mystery Podcast.
So there's been
Another one here. She does another one. Hold on a second.
How is it possible that the man living in this house had no idea 3 of his friends were laying dead in his backyard for more than 2 days? This is Jordan Willis, and on Sunday night, he had friends over to watch the Chiefs game. A few of those friends stayed a little bit later than the others, and when those friends didn't show up at their homes or their works the next day, and then the day after that, people started looking for them. The missing friends were Clayton McGeeney, Ricky Johnson, and David Harrington. On Tuesday night, one of the men's fiancés was searching for her fiancé.
Same story. Same fucking story. And then look, if you go down, let me go back here because I don't have to get you guys with all these.
January.
There's
So I don't have a lot of. I've got some.
It's the same
So
one.
I don't
Here's
have.
another one. This is says I don't have a lot of updates, but so it says wait, all the cars were sitting outside. Here's another one.
2 of the 4 or whatever cars.
A lot of updates, but here's what I know so far. 2 of the friends' vehicles were left at Jordan's house. Ricky's car was at Clayton's house because they drove together. And then
Same story. And they have Jordan Willis tagged in all these. She even has like a who's Jordan Willis. What the hell? So you see what I mean? Like there's like 4 or 5 TikToks with all the same.
Yeah, basically one person gathers information and the rest basically copy it and just make videos of it. Just it's pretty
So the
interesting
only
to see
thing we
that.
know to be true is that this is the house. The house was on the news. The news reported that this was the house that they were found at. The wife went and found the one, and the cops found the other 2.
Right.
Yeah, also I found it very interesting. She's like, he's a brilliant scientist. Well, what was he a brilliant scientist of? You
Right.
know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
I
Let's
mean,
just
like,
throw a whole wrench in the whole thing. Be like, wait,
I
he's
think
a
they said that he
scientist?
was a scientist of communicable diseases or something. You know, like
Yeah, HIV. Somebody said
HIV
before.
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, somebody said, I don't know if anyone went over to TikTok and read any of the comments under her video, but it will give you some answers to a lot of questions. Mimi J just wrote that.
I was gonna say I tried looking at some of them, but they don't pop up for me because I don't have like an official account
TikTok.
thing
Yeah.
on here. Anyways, like signed in here. I'm not saying I don't have one. I'm just saying it's not signed in on here. You know.
Somebody said that Texas Blue Bonnet said she found an interview with him, with Jordan. Because she was saying that earlier.
Well, I
The
mean,
real Jordan Willis.
they should probably stop saying his name and putting his name all over the place.
I know, he's all over.
he might not be the
Probably.
same guy. He might be
Like some scientist. Like he's like, everybody's talking
why
about
are
him
all
now.
these fucking why all these true crime people contacting me on Facebook?
Yeah.
What the
Well,
hell's
remember
going
that
on?
happened with the guy that was tweets and stuff that were going about the guy. It was a different guy that everybody was putting out, and like they were putting up
Yeah.
the picture and everything, and it was like a totally different guy.
He's a respectful scientist. He'd be totally just like not related at all to any of this, but somehow his name was brought in. I mean, who knows, you know? Yeah, it could be possible that he rents owns the house down the street too. That Good Egg. Do you know what I mean? Like an Airbnb. Like there's people that own like investment properties and stuff. Do you know what I mean? You just never know. Oh, but the person is like lives in Colorado, I think, that owns this house, right?
That's what I don't know who owns this house. It just says this is the one
Before
that news has that he passed
That's what
away, or that they, you know what I mean? This is where they were supposedly found. I know she got that part right. I don't know about where she came up with the Jordan Willis part. Again, that's why we usually stick with the news, because TikTok, I mean, like I said, she got a lot of information, but she says a lot of it came from secret sources and friends of the family and family members and stuff like that. And then of course her Facebook post with the sister and the realtor shit, you know. Oh, here, this is from 11 minutes ago. Hold on. This is from 11 minutes ago, you guys, on Nobody Believes They Froze to Death. Loved ones of Kansas City Chiefs fans found dead. One answer is 11 minutes ago. Tell me News Nation ain't keeping up with our shit. No, I'm just playing.
News Nation, stop stealing our shit. God damn
News Nation.
Stop it right
Who the
now.
fuck we are. We're like tiny nobodies to these guys. I'm
Our
cracking up.
story out of Kansas City remains a mystery tonight. 3 men found dead outside of a friend's home after they'd all gone over to watch the Chiefs game with him last Sunday. The living friend, whose home they had gone to, never contacted the police. claiming the three men identified as 38-year-old Ricky Johnson, 37-year-old David Harrington, and 36-year-old Clayton McGinney froze to death outside of his home. According to Kansas City police, loved ones were trying to get in touch with the men, but were not getting responses. That's when the fiance of one of them went to the home. No one answered the front door. The woman broke through a basement window and found a body on the back porch. Two other bodies were found by the police in the backyard shortly after. Now, some family and friends are not buying the explanation that, three guys just freeze to death outside someone's home when they went to watch a football game. David Harrington's mother, Jennifer Marquez, recently spoke to our Kansas City affiliate to air her frustrations.
I'm furious. Everybody's furious. Nobody believes this story.
Friends of the three men also took to social media to air their anger. One friend saying, "This man was inside his home alive. All my friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how long. They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday. My husband banged on his door for 20 minutes. My friend banged on a door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she's inside, and still nothing from him. Then the cops come 10 minutes later and he comes out nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in his hand. Nothing is adding up. Dave, Clay, and Ricky need and deserve justice. They didn't deserve this." Autopsy results are currently pending, but as of now, the police are saying no signs of foul play.
That is the same post. Look, Tegan just sent it. You just sent me the same one because this family says, "So says I was going to sleep on this and wait to post tomorrow, but I can't. This man," and then in quotes, it says, "Jordan Willis inside his home alive while my friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how long. They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday. My husband banged on his door for 20 minutes. My friend banged on his damn door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she's inside, and still nothing from him. Then the cops come 10 minutes later and he comes out nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in hand. Nothing is adding up. Dave, Clay, and Ricky need and deserve justice. They didn't deserve this."
That's suspect. That is super fucking suspect to me.
And Lindsay says, hold on, "These men were my friends. Three men do not go outside and freeze to death while the homeowner of their home, their friend, stays inside. And only then when police show up, he comes outside in boxers looking like you've just been chilling for 2 days while you got three friends dead outside. Make noise here, people. This story is not okay. It's not adding up. He has been contacted for over 24 hours prior about where his friends were, and also their cars were still parked outside of his house, and he wouldn't reply to anyone."
Yeah, that's nope. I call bullshit. Sorry.
Yeah, so
In my opinion.
these are just the posts that he's reading off right now. This is the same ones I was just saying. That's all I'm saying here.
And they're not treating this as a homicide investigation. That seems curious, right? They just died. They just froze. I'm sure we're going to get more information once the autopsies come out. But I'm even trying to think about how this could happen, right? They go to the game. They watch the game. They go outside. They can't get back into the house. But what, met cell phones? I mean, I just don't understand it. Anyway, big show tomorrow. We're covering all things crime, hitting everything from the stunning news out of the Scott Peterson case that the Innocence Project is now representing him, to the upcoming Alex Murdaugh hearing, how Gypsy Rose Blanchard has gone viral since her release from prison, Geraldo Rivera, Ashley Banfield, Jesse Weber. How's that for an all-star panel? Banfield starts now. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your cable provider. And
can I be the one to say that didn't really help us too much?
Well, he's perplexed like we are, I think, and he's just, which is good. And I heard about that Scott Peterson, that the Innocence Project is taking on Scott Peterson's case. Did you hear about that? I heard about that earlier. He just repeated it.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't see that coming.
Right?
Oh
Not at all.
my. Yeah, it says right here, Scott Peterson case or murder case revived by Innocent Project. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
What?
They've actually been trying to do that for years for him. There's
Oh,
actually
here.
like a whole community that's been trying to fucking save him for fucking years.
I think he's
But
innocent. Yeah.
yeah,
People were
I'm
telling
gonna
me that
drop
earlier.
down. Good night, you guys.
Bye.
Good night,
Thank you,
baby.
Queen. Love you. Bye.
Did you guys hear why we're here before we get? Because I mean, there's really nothing else on this case. I mean, about this case that we can really go over. There's this one. This says, I'm David's mother, and I will not stop until I find out what happened. This doesn't make sense, and I'm in contact with the police. I will give any information that anybody has to them. So if anybody knows one little piece of anything that might help out, or if they know anything about him, they think they saw something or have heard something, if they've seen a text, anything that would help, send it to me, please, and let me know. I will give it to the police. This is not going to go on without someone paying for this. I lost my son, and he was an amazing man, and my family's heart is breaking. My daughter doesn't know what to do with herself. She lost her brother. I lost my firstborn son. We are completely devastated. This is not going to be accepted as no accident.
Yeah, it's like a very like maybe one person if it happened to one person, but 3 people. Come on, there's something fishy. I don't know. It's not like temperatures are that they are today in the country either, you know?
So yeah, the family that's
Forgotten Whispers. I didn't mean we were all perplexed. I guess I'm just perplexed like Danny, but I'm just perplexed about it. Right? It's perplexing, the whole thing. Because like 1 you could see, but 3, it just seems like the probability of them all like having like these catastrophic where they can't get back inside and they fall asleep in the snow, like it just doesn't make any sense to me, right? Unless there's something that they were impaired, you know, and they couldn't. But I don't
so
know. There's
there's
like
another piece of little information that says from someone else, one of those men was one of my uncles, and they didn't freeze to death outside. They were laced with fentanyl. So
see that makes more sense to me. Like for my mind, just because it just the probability of 3 people dying in that way when it's the temperatures weren't like below, you know, not
right.
even like 10 degrees cooler, it would be different. I mean, yes, one person, yeah, it could happen, but it has to be like the probability of it happening is just too high for 3 people, right? But if it's something like that they all took, that there's something in common between the 3 like that makes more sense from my mind, you know.
Yeah.
That's just me though. That's just how I think, you know, like what's the most Oh, I wasn't really making a Laura joke when I said perplexed. I really meant perplexed.
Oh, you're gonna get
Like,
clipped.
Oh,
No, you're done.
this says Independent Thinker said there was an Inside Edition article that says Jordan Willis was at the home when they arrived to the house on 9th, so he was there also.
doing some kind of science experiment on them. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. No, it's terrible.
He
But
says
no.
the world isn't ending, it's just beginning. Ask Up Church.
Oh, right. Did you see his word salad like thing on
No, I
Instagram?
don't even get his notifications anymore, to be honest with you. No, but I did want to ask you guys, did you see this shit where it says there was multiple raids? Did y'all see
No.
this?
No.
FBI raids multiple locations in Pasco County.
FBI investigation at multiple locations in
Oh,
the
I
Tampa
didn't see
Bay area. So what are they looking for? Good evening, I'm Keith Kate.
And I'm Stacey Scheibel. Thank you for joining us.
The FBI is focused on at least 2 properties in Pasco County.
Special agents served search and arrest warrants today, and agents appear to be focusing much of their attention on one address at Lake Carl Drive and Grassy Lane in Hudson.
News Channel 8's Jeff Patterson joining us live tonight from Pasco County as we continue to wait for more answers. And you've been on this all day, Jeff.
Good evening, Keith and Stacy. Well, the FBI, with the assistance of the Pasco County Sheriff's Office, just wrapped up their operation here a short time ago. But now we are learning that FBI special agents have actually been here since very early this morning, focusing their attention on the property at the end of this street. Special agents of the FBI spent hours going through the home and an outbuilding at the end of Grassy Lane in Hudson. Naomi Amelia lives next door and says she heard the operation start very early this morning.
I think that's 3 o'clock early morning, have the helicopter in the top. Then I heard something twice the boom around here. And now 5:30 is already the carb in here.
The FBI will only confirm they are executing a search and arrest warrant at this location and at least one other location in Pasco County. The FBI is not saying how many people have been taken into custody or what charges they may be facing. Naomi Amelia says she does not know her neighbor well.
We talking sometimes because I'm doing my garden and we know each other. And
She don't know shit. She didn't see shit. She didn't hear shit. She's working on her garden.
It's usual the situation.
Right.
Yeah. Just say hi.
I just say hi.
She and other neighbors are wondering what would bring the Federal Bureau of Investigation to their small, quiet neighborhood just north of State Road 52. And the FBI not confirming for us today what the nature of the search warrant was, or again, how many people were arrested. We do hope to learn more about this operation from the U.S. Attorney's Office next week.
Yeah, I wonder what that was about. Seemed pretty sketch, huh?
I don't know.
Hey,
What that's
Tim.
about. What's up?
You're up late, kind of, on a school
Yeah.
night.
I got an afternoon instead of a morning. Do people?
Oh, nice. That's good. A casual Friday, kind of.
Yeah, the usual. I posted 2 articles in time.
Oh, and like Discord?
No, I'm reading the chat.
Yeah,
Yes, they do. See, I'm reading your chat right now.
Yeah, she posted articles in
did you-
Discord about this, I guess, she said.
Yeah. I was watching another thing today. I was like,
Well, in this Facebook post, this kid keeps saying Jordan Willett here. It says, here, I'll do a screenshot real quick. Adam, his name is Adam, and it says in here, he says these are harsh allegations, and this is what I'm reading off of this post. It says Jordan Willis killed my uncle. He didn't freeze to death. He was laced. He needs to do time for this. Then he said, for all 3 of the poor souls. And someone else said, I'm sorry for your loss. In my opinion, I believe he needs more than time. With him being a scientist, I believe that he did something to them to test his theory. This man deserves to suffer. I'm like,
Yeah, something's up with this.
Which is not good, man. I mean,
right?
like,
And why they put that in there? I thought. And here goes another one. Blank. He says, I thought the same exact thing. He tested something on them, and now they're gone. Why? I just let.
You never know. I mean, you never know. Something they definitely were given some. They either took a chemical or a drug or given. That's the only way that 3 of them. They didn't all die of hypothermia. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
There's no.
Yeah.
They all had to like be given something or took something that was the same that made them all die. Like,
well, fentanyl works really fast, so I mean that would
History.
make sense if they did it, or if they smoked and stepped outside.
yeah,
You know,
go to smoke pot outside if it was laced with fentanyl, like even like a joint. You never know. you know?
Yeah, but all 3 of them all passing out at the same time is highly unlikely. You know what I mean? Like
that was
you
a
would-
drug, some kind of like drug that was like in like a toxic kind of dose of
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like fentanyl, and like, it happened. Like you said, it happened fast.
Jordan Willis deleted his Facebook mid-morning. They said,
Oh
no.
Jordan.
They said they were looking for it and it was gone. And he's got 2 dogs, and then he's posted like his.
And his dogs were at his parents' house or something. I mean, that's who knows.
Supposedly
Exactly.
the dogs were at the parents' house. I don't know.
This turtle boy logic. Oh my god, it is little.
Yeah, like
So, I mean, I don't know.
the
I
same.
use
Guess
them.
what else? Guess what else pops up in the post? The same fucking TikToks.
Oh
The
my god.
same TikToks.
Did you ever see, like, did you ever hear of Natalie? Just might be slightly off topic, but you ever hear of Natalie Renard's?
No.
Live streamer. She basically got arrested like about 3 weeks ago because she decided to live stream having a sign on the side of her van saying free candy. And then
I did watch that today. Yeah, I didn't know that was her name, but yes, I did. I didn't know.
I have I have the video, like the 8-minute video of them getting arrested. And
Oh my
like how
god, yeah. You know what though? I think that was just stupid. I watched her like the first 5 minutes of it where they walk up to this lady and her 2 kids and they're like, they ask this little boy, they're like, "You want candy?" Yeah. She's in the wrong neighborhood, I'll tell you that, because if she would have went in a different neighborhood, they'd have said, hell yeah, they'd have took her fucking all her candy. But she opens up the door and then there's somebody like in handcuffs, like hidden in the back. They're like, oh, don't mind him, don't worry about him.
Well, they had an Amber. What happened was this is like they get arrested on live stream because they invite the kids to their the Airbnb, and the Airbnb lady calls up the cops. And then, like, literally, there's an Amber Alert out because they think, like, they're kidnapping children. And they're, like, the cops looking for them for 2 hours. You see the cars passing by, and eventually, like, cops come and pull them out with guns. They have this live stream, like a short version, like 8 minutes long.
Okay, you think it's a setup or you think it's real?
I think it's real because I saw that, like 5 or 6 cop cars running to the side, and the guy pull out a gun and aim it at them and say, get the hell out of the car. So I think it might be real, but I think it's probably real. But I understand why people might think it's fake. But I think it's real. If it's, I mean, you can watch it and see if it's real or not.
But they said this happened like 2 weeks ago.
3.
3. Okay, because this one says streamer arrested after, and this is actually a really big YouTuber talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I have like the 8 minutes.
IRL streamer arrested after free candy prank.
Yeah, I could show it to you. I put the link in the back of the video of what she did.
Yeah, I got it pulled up. You want me to play it here?
Yeah, might as well show people context of what she did. And then she also had some guy tied up in the back of the car, an actor.
Yeah, that's the part I seen. What's up, Good Egg?
Hey.
What's up?
So I guess that what you just read, like, it kind of shows that basically the source is from, basically a nephew or something contacting, and like just basically from social media. And I'm not surprised the guy deleted his Facebook.
This Facebook group is all the same shit, and you can tell because listen, the TikToks are the same.
Mm-hmm.
The TikToks are from the same girl, and they have the same narrative coming out. It's all the same. Like it's like 3 or 4 of the same girls with the same TikToks in this group.
Exactly.
And the articles on the websites are all like links, right?
Yeah,
like
those TikToks. That's what you just said. The article you found. As soon as you sent it to me, I scrolled through it, and that fucking lady's TikTok was in the middle of it.
Yeah, it was like generated probably through.
And then,
right.
And then the fact that he deleted his Facebook. I mean, what that tells me is that he's probably been getting messages all day, like, you killed, you're a murderer. Like, because here's the thing, and I'm not blaming listen, the kid who did it, I don't know how old this person is, right? Who said, like, but let's go with even the thing that he's like, okay, they died from the laced fentanyl. And if you think they don't know that, he doesn't know that, there's no report yet. But like, I think we've seen this before where a family member or a friend is very upset. And let's say they think that the person died of an overdose, and they're like, well, they never would have done that. Somebody must have laced it. Someone must have tried to kill them, right? And they say that there's a reason why, like, the police or like the news is not going to like be like, oh, breaking news, this guy's a murderer. So then people who go on TikTok and they like basically put the name out, and now it spreads and spreads and spreads and spreads, Yeah. And the guy could have like literally been, he could have been there. He could have like been staying there. He could have been a roommate there, whatever. But we've seen this before, where basically people who are just related to crimes or like are a witness or like a family member are
Well, we
accused of all
saw
sorts of horrible shit.
Wrong
we saw that
name.
with the
Yeah.
Soto case. Remember, the guy was accusing random people, like the I think it was the brother of Matthew or something, that was accusing random people of committing the crime. You know, that it was set up and that these other people were involved.
Yep.
And stuff like that. And everyone, you know, we watched it. We saw that the interview and it turned out it was just a drug deal, pretty much either gone horribly wrong or, you know, that was the plan all wrong, you know. But yeah, but that's going to be an interesting case too. I mean, like the whole cult thing, that cult trying to, you know, guilt Matthew's stepmom, it's pretty fucked up. Well, yeah, that's just another subject.
And they're talking about like hypothermia. I think people definitely can die of hypothermia, even higher temperatures. But 3 people dying of it, it just doesn't make sense to me personally in my mind. But I think, yeah, anybody, but it depends on like your body mass, like a lot of different factors. Like, but 3 people, just it seems like just like the probability of it sounds like beyond.
Unlikely.
Yeah. And then also, Ellie, for example, it could be the police's their prevailing theory right now. They could have seen things in the home that make them believe that this is an overdose, but they can't, and that could be why they're saying this isn't a homicide, it's a death investigation, but they can't say that, and they can't say that they died of a drug overdose until the toxicology comes back.
Of course,
but clearly there's something when they went there, when the police looked at the actual situation that made them say, we were investigating their cause of death, we're investigating this happened, but this isn't like a murder. So let's say they go in, there was literally like drug paraphernalia. We have no idea. But let's say there was. They're not going to say that. They're going to say it's under investigation. They would think it's not foul play, but they need to get the toxicology reports and they need to get that information back before they can say it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it could be like a combination of, like they went outside. I don't know, passed out and died. But something else like caused them to go outside then. Do you know what I mean? To stay outside and that, because they were right outside. It wasn't like they were in the middle of the woods and they were lost hiking. You know, it's like they were outside.
No, you're right. Because even the family member or the friend who said they were laced with fentanyl, like even they could be right. They could have reason for believing that, but even they cannot know that it was a fentanyl overdose because they don't have the right. So again, I just think this is how stuff like scary things start to happen to people, you know, who are kind of just because somebody is upset and accuses you of something on Facebook.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that like, I just think it's crazy. I think it's crazy. I think I love how Queen went and like said, okay, I'll look at this article people said. And then she's like, the TikTok is the source, you know?
Oh my God.
And then it comes back to, you know, these people who are on Facebook, and this is not his whole family. It didn't say it's his mom. I know there was one mom on like the other thing, but they reached out. You know, I'm sure that between the 3 men, they have lots of family and friends. So one person saying one thing doesn't even mean it represents how the whole family is feeling either.
Absolutely.
I think it's crazy. I think
like a lot of people don't realize that just because it comes from the family doesn't make it like 100%. They're sometimes more in the dark than we are, you know, and sometimes they have their belief and suspicion and biases as well, and they get things wrong as well. And that happens a lot in these cases because emotion.
He probably deleted his Facebook because he was getting 1 million and fucking, you know how people are on social media.
Yeah. Listen, if I got tagged in this morning, if I got tagged in something like where somebody in my hometown that I know was like, Good Egg is a murderer and she had 3 bodies in her backyard. She didn't care. Do you think I would obviously like deactivate my Facebook immediately, right? Like no one's going to leave their Facebook up.
You wouldn't do that.
I would.
Absolutely, you would not.
Okay. I think every sane person would.
You would argue with them. You'd be like, fuck you people.
We're
going to go live. We're going to go live now. Going on Queen Bee. We're going to go live and talk about these people now.
Never in a million years.
Sure. We know the truth. We know the true Good Egg.
Speaking of your mom's sick, we're going to go live. He's throwing a temper tantrum.
What? Your mom's sick? We're going to go live? What? Who?
Yeah,
Who?
He's over there throwing a whole...
Who's
over there?
Who's
Pandrew,
mom?
he's over there throwing a fucking big ass fit. Goodbye, you guys win. Y'all just took everything from me.
Oh, okay. Well, it wasn't much, so I mean, it wasn't everything. So I mean, that.
Yeah, that's actually a good example. That whole thing that just happened with that
Weirdo.
family, everybody who was saying something was technically coming from a family and friends, right? Like,
yeah.
Well, I mean, he was just a liar.
right, that's what I'm saying. But technically, they were all right. The source is somebody who was related to the person, but then we found out it was a lie. So I guess it's like going to the point, like just because they said, "Oh, a family or friend on Facebook said this," there's a reason why that doesn't get reported by the news.
It spreads
You
so
know, or
fast
put out by
too.
police.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm glad we found out on here. I'm glad we got to the bottom of it on here because if we would have just
Yeah.
left that and left this live, then people would have watched it and been like, "Oh no," and they would have carried that misinformation around, you know, of that TikTok.
Well, that's why you're the best, Queen. You
Now,
know.
did they ever like with the
Shit, you're the one that come up and told us.
Yeah, but how many?
With I just want to. I have a question. Lover lost this exactly. I was so surprised when I read that last night with the respect to the death investigation, not a homicide. Strange that they arrived at that prior to cause of death autopsy or toxicology. Did they get a cause of death before they did? I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't do that. I mean,
What was the question? Because you read off her comment.
that was her comment, but I'm wondering, did they perform like say cause of death before they do a toxicology and like?
Yeah. Usually they do, but they're waiting for toxicology, which means that there's probably need more. You're right, and it takes 6 to 8 weeks for toxicology. And
Yeah.
I would think it was 11 days ago. If like say they did die of hypothermia, I would think you'd be able to see that in an autopsy that's done in a few days. Don't you think?
Well, yeah. The other thing is, there's many reasons. Like every time the police find a dead body, they don't have to wait for an autopsy to come back for them to rule out homicide. You know, like there's many things, like when you're looking at, like, for example, like if you found a dead body, right, and they had like a hypodermic needle in their arm, right, like they
Yeah.
could say, you know, we don't suspect foul play. Now, could it come down to like, could there be a situation where that was foul play? Like, yeah, but like, just because the police have a reason for saying, and we don't know why, but they have a reason based on being actually there and seeing the bodies and talking to the ME and like looking inside the house and doing the search warrant. They have reasons to say they don't suspect foul play. You do not need to get toxicology to already kind of suspect that this was an accidental death or something like that.
Be like substance and hypothermia combined. Who knows? But like I would think an autopsy would have like already, if it was like definite hypothermia, then that. But they have to wait for toxicology, I'm sure, in these kind of things. You know.
Yeah, because to see if it had to do, like, they could probably figure out hypothermia, but
Police can't rule anything. It has to be the coroner. Independent thinker said, what was the misinformation? There wasn't really any misinformation here. We were playing a TikTok and one of the girls had just put this name out there, that Jordan Willis. We don't know if that's true or not because the news didn't put it out. The TikToker did. And from every source, when you like look it up and stuff to go back to try to figure out where it came from or where did that come from, every source, you know, leads back to the family saying it or giving information about it or putting it on Facebook.
and it's just obviously the way the TikTok was made, his name is being put out there in a way that is bringing like negative attention to him, right? It's putting him in like that there's, it's suspicious, and like he was a person, and that can literally lead to people on the internet fucking harassing him and calling him a murderer and all sorts of stuff, and that's just unethical. Like it's unethical to do that, like until it's been come from like a proper source, because we literally have no idea, even if the guy was there, what his involvement is. And so for people to just run with something that a friend or family member said on Facebook and then spread the guy's name and picture and his where he works all around, like we see what happens when this happens. Like we know exactly what's happening right now. The guy was getting all these hate messages. People start messaging his job saying you employ a murderer. Like, it's just irresponsible.
What kind of science experiment are you doing? Right?
What type of science experiment are you doing? Jesus Christ. I can imagine that spreading on TikTok.
Yeah,
Does he have a
I'm sure he's probably been getting all kinds of fucking weird ass messages and hateful fucking
Right?
shit. Like, I can only imagine the shit that's been sent to him already.
Right?
Are you working with the cartel? Like,
Oh,
shit
see,
like
like, yeah, somebody Sniper 79 just said there's obvious signs of hypothermia show up in an autopsy due to the very dark red pancreas. I'm sure they like would know, but they would have to wait. It's not complete until toxicology is in, right?
Yeah, because they could basically, you're right, like they could have maybe done an autopsy and they could see hypothermia, and maybe the police already know that, but they would need to wait to get the toxicology, because obviously if it was hypothermia because they became unconscious because of some sort of drug, then that would be part of the cause of death too. It would have been like compounded.
Yeah. Exactly. Sounds like
Chica, no, I haven't seen it. I just read the title of it, and I can only imagine what this fucking
don't
Jim Witt has to say. I can only imagine. Okay, here. So we're about to play this real quick. This before B Tim has to skedaddle. All right. Doug Thizzle, here we go.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. Get on the ground.
No, hands up, hands up.
Get on the ground. Get out of the car now.
Okay.
Out loud. I just want to see if they can read. I want to make sure my viewers know how to read. Guys, I have a kidnapper van. That's the stereotype, not actually a kidnapper van. I'm not a kidnapper. I have a kidnapper van with a sign that says free candy. And I'm doing this, and I'm dressed kind of like a thug. Like I'm dressed as a thug because you're a thug too today, okay?
I'm a thug.
You're a scary thug.
Let's just not show the back and just go pick up.
Yeah, we won't show.
Yeah, so these are the two that got arrested, right?
Yes. This is kind of like they showed like the end result, but they're showing now the pre of him setting up the van to basically hand out free candy to children randomly.
Show the back, guys. Should I tell them what we're gonna do with the kid? Don't tell them.
We'll tell them about the gist. Like, there is actual candy.
Okay, guys. There is actually candy in this van, but you guys know the story where it's like, oh, like kids don't go to the sign that the van that says they're giving out free candy. Like everyone's heard that stereotype before, and the parents always say to watch out for the white van with free candy on it. So I'm literally doing a social experiment today on little kids and being kind of creepy and telling them to come to the car to see if they. Okay. Hey, do you guys want some free candy? Free candy? We're giving out free candy. No free candy? You sure?
Why'd she pick them?
Because they were random. And she also has a little security in the back. Just
Well, I feel like it's just a woman with two kids. Why would you pick them? You know what I'm saying? Like they just look scared of her already. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it gets.
You want free candy?
No. What is
that's an adult. Dude, this is weird.
Doce gratis? She said,
Oh
okay.
my god.
Free candy?
Oh my god, yeah.
It's right here.
Okay. Do you want to come get free candy?
She's live streaming this, by the
Okay, no,
way.
actually, don't have the screen. Don't have the guys screen. Don't have the guys. Oh my god. Okay, guys. What kind of
I
candy
don't
you
know
guys
who
want?
this is, but I'm horrified.
I want chocolate. Chocolate? Okay, that says free candy on it. Seeing if
And
kids
look at this.
Are you like a
fall
former
for it,
SEAL or something?
Are you related to David Goggins?
Have you ever done
Look at the
steroids?
back.
Oh, me neither.
I think they jumped around a bit. Just skip this little part with the workout guy, but they'll eventually show the back of the van.
Okay.
Just jump a couple of seconds.
So you trust me? I have your consent. We have.
Oh yeah, this is the kidnap guy.
Swedish fish. Shut up, bro. Dude, shut up.
He's good.
Here, you want Twix?
Yeah, he's fine.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Sorry, that's my uncle. He's being bad today. He didn't give me enough money for to use for videos today, so I had to time him up.
He's good. Don't worry about it. You can get back to your workout.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry
Sorry about
about
that.
Don't worry about
Forgot he was back there.
Bye.
There, keep him in there. Keep him in. Oh, yeah, here you go. Here you go.
Oh, candy.
She really walks up to the guys. Oh my god.
Yeah, she does that with kids too, with children eventually.
Go get your sick
Candy. Gotcha. Hey, shut up, pussy. Here, come in. Come in.
Yeah, just go ahead and grab
Candy,
it.
bro.
You guys should just grab it.
What kind of candy you want?
Yeah, we got kisses.
What kind of candy you want? There's Skittles? Oh, what the fuck? Skittles? Hey, shut up! Here. We got some candy.
Yeah, bro.
Hey,
you know how we do it.
Don't go in strangers' cars. What up? Strawberries? There you go.
All right, that'll be like $6.
$6.
I'm the manager, you know. I can't just be giving free shit.
No.
He said $6. Oh, hell no.
But is this supposed to be? I get that she's trying to make like comedy content, but this is like not funny.
Yeah, she's not funny, and this ends very badly for her with her being arrested.
Oh, okay. Because I'm not. I don't mean like it's not funny. She shouldn't joke about this. I mean like it's actually not funny. Like not that I have a problem with what she's making a joke about.
Yeah,
it's
she
not
tried.
funny.
Last joke, like last social experiment, when she had a hot tub, she filled up the back of a truck. You know those like the Fords with the water.
I just in a poll. Do you find this kind of content funny? I don't.
No,
I don't
I
think
don't.
it's funny at all. But
could I imagine like a sketch, like a comedian, like a skit or something where they have this premise about free candy and they can make it funny? Yeah, it could be funny. I just mean that she's painfully not funny at all.
She's not funny. Yeah, she's not talented. She's just an idiot that'll do anything for views, pretty much. We all know that. I mean,
Is she really going to get arrested, or is that
Yeah,
just a clickbait thing?
No,
that's what I
she
said.
did.
Is it real or fake? Because I mean, it's coming up. Here we go.
All right.
Yeah.
It's only $6, bro. Come on now.
Go, free candy. Go get him.
No, I'm not asking if you want.
Stop showing that in my face, man. Yeah, turn it around, man. Turn it around. Stop showing your light in my face. You gonna arrest you?
Free
Get out of
candy.
the car. Get out of the car. Don't sit down with me.
Okay, put it down. Put it down. Put it down. Put it down.
What's y'all YouTube?
We're just giving out free candy.
Gideon.
It's
I know-
first.
I seen y'all before.
No, it's a school project. It's a school project. Social.
Yeah, she's not very smart.
This is. Oh shit! But we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. Is he? He's.
Can we leave?
Can we
Close the
leave?
door, too.
Yeah, you gotta close
Can
the
we
door.
leave? Yeah,
No.
yeah. Oh, well,
Can we
that's up
leave?
to y'all.
Wait, Jack. Can we leave? Oh shit! No, we got. Do we? What do we do? Chat. What the fuck do we do?
This shit seems so fucking fake.
It gets worse.
But is it like a fake arrest? Like, you know, how is she faking it? The arrest for views?
Seems like it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! He's coming. Oh shit, guys, we're fucked. We're fucked. We're fucked. God damn it. You wanna hang out with the clown? You wanna hang out with the clown? Yay!
So this is her in the Airbnb, and eventually the Airbnb owner finds out about this and calls the cops that she's invited children to her.
Do you guys just watch my streams to see me get shot? Look at that! Oh, another cop.
Now it skipped up about that.
God. It's,
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
oh my fucking God. And now you're sitting right there.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm gonna kill
Put your hands up, Maddie. Put your hands up.
Oh my god!
Okay. Oh my
Get out of the car.
I'm getting out! I'm getting out!
Get out of the car.
Oh my god! Oh my
Get
god!
on the ground.
Maddie, hands up. Hands up.
No, wait, Zach!
Get on the ground. Get out of the car now.
Okay.
Get on the ground.
Okay.
Get out of the car.
I'm getting out. I'm getting out.
Get down. Hey.
Yeah, that was the result of her basically having. They had like an Amber Alert for 2 hours looking for her after leaving that apartment, and that was them being arrested.
Well, not an Amber Alert, but so what's this person's name? Because I mean, I've also seen people like fake things like that.
Natalie Renard.
Miley.
Yeah, find that funny.
Natalie Renards.
But I wonder if she actually got it. Did she post that?
She posted that, but other people review it. They're kind of like bordering on like, is it fake or stuff? But I don't think it's fake because I seen like 10 police cars on the other side looking for her, like running down on the other side. So I think they like really thought that she was like kidnapping children.
Well,
or
it would be
something.
there'd be a if she was arrested, like that would.
I think
you
they
could
did.
tell. You could look up that if she was arrested.
Yeah, I
The
think
fact that she put it out there and named it, I got arrested midstream, makes it sound like it's content, honestly. But I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. I can't tell how to spell her name. Maybe someone puts in the chat. I can
Yeah,
do it.
I'll put the last name here. Let me see. And obviously, you can't really rely too much on articles because you don't know if they're like fucking just clickbait and they're not.
Well, I'm gonna definitely look it up because like you can rely on articles, you just can't rely on every article on the internet is not created equal. You know,
Bolo alert. Yeah.
like what the actual source is.
Well,
like,
what happens is a lot of these live streamers now on Kick do shit like crazy. Like there's a guy in Japan that kept on assaulting people, like assaulting Japanese people and acting like a fool. And eventually the Japanese government arrested him and threw him in
yeah,
jail.
no, I know that. But here's the thing: if a live streamer was pretending to kidnap kids and the police put out a be on the lookout for this kidnapper and then they arrested her at gunpoint on the highway, that would be an actual news art. That would be like in the news, like it would be. So I'll have to look into it. But again, like the problem is you can usually find articles reporting just like, and their sources like it's just a TikTok or a Reddit post or a YouTube stream, you know, because why would she post it herself? And like, yeah, that just seems like she made that into content.
Well, she
Something
does
not
that a
in prison.
lot. I mean, like the last thing she did in the live stream was fill up the back of a Ford with water and had that other guy and her sit like half naked and then basically ride around and try to invite people to sit in the water. And then she tried to go to PetMark to buy fishes. And then people called up and said that they were going to kill the fish because they would just put them in that stagnant water. And then eventually they didn't sell them the fish, obviously, the PetMark person. And then eventually they invited a homeless person to sit in the water with her. Another thing they did was she basically went with painted pants into a gym where she only had, I think, a G-string on. But they made it, she had the painted pants, basically her skin looking like she had pants on while she was in there.
Yeah, no, I see that kind of weird. I feel like a lot of that content is made for, it's weird, but I feel like a lot of that content is made for children. Like her target YouTube audience, or whatever it is, I don't know what she's on, it's probably kids. Because it has like that really unfunny like type thing. It's like they don't say they're for kids, but that's who most of their audience is. But that seems, I bet you she didn't actually get arrested and
I
for
think she might have
kidnapping or whatever.
Well, it might not have been for kidnapping because I think they probably let her go with the kidnap. I'm just surprised like it's not a bigger story because it really does look real.
Sure, but there used to be a guy on here on YouTube like who would stream basically like he was a police officer and they did like a cops like type show, but it was fully scripted and they were actors and like all this stuff, but they made it seem like it was like a live like YouTube cops. And
I know what you're talking about.
Right.
You're talking about that guy that Adventures with Purpose runs his channel on the side.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Yeah,
like Mayo or something like Pat Mayo.
Yes, exactly. And it was like fully scripted thing, but it was like they hired actors for it. But that was like their content was like they were making a show. It made it seem like it was cops, but it wasn't real. So I mean, I've never seen this before, but just based on the fact that she posted that as a clickbait title, I'd have to look. I don't know if she got arrested.
Let's hope she did.
Terribly unfunny content though.
Yeah, it's not really good content, unfortunately, but it is what it is, right?
Yeah. Okay. I have to drop down. It's super late.
All right.
Even though I have a snow day tomorrow, so I'm very excited.
We have a snow date. or
All
day?
snow days. Yep, kids have snow day. All the schools are going to be closed tomorrow. It's very exciting.
Yeah, I just took off tomorrow. I was like, fuck it, I'm not working
There you
tomorrow.
go.
I'm just
All
like,
right. Good
no
night,
way I'm
guys.
working. Night. So anyway, they wouldn't have opened their door to the van. Yeah, the funniest part was when she tried to approach a African American woman with her kid and try to offer the woman's kid candy, and that woman said, "Do you want to get punched in the face? Better not talk to my kid like that." It was kind of funny. Beats him. He random is stabbing, and they are checking every train, subway, car, largest presence. Wow, are you serious? Let me see this. Oh, let me see. Oh, okay. D train 50 Columbus Circle. Yeah. It's kind of normal. I think it was 6 a.m. So luckily I wasn't on the train that particular time. I was on the train around actually I think 8. No, I was on the train around 8 o'clock. Now is how we would be responding. Now that is how I would have responded. Let me see. Mystery, nobody deserves that. The cop seems like an actor to me. I don't think it's. We'll see, Good Egg. We'll see. Maybe she is real. Maybe they are real. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not really surprised people getting stabbed in the subway in New York City. It's kind of like whatever. Nothing new there. But yeah, the D train's kind of certain trains you got to be kind of careful of. D train definitely not real good. They haven't found him. Says, oh really? Because they said they apprehended him. Let me check again. Stabbing people in New York City subway now. Oh, there's a lot of people stabbing people in the subway system. Okay. Gotta be precise. You gotta be more precise. Today. Person of interest is questioned for multiple stabbings across NYC. The person of interest is being questioned after 5 people were stabbed at random across New York City in a span of 9 days. 3 of the attacks happened Wednesday morning, Springfield Garden. An additional attacks took place Tuesday and on January 8th. We have an unidentified individuals walking around the streets randomly stabbing people with a hunter knife. There's no connection between individuals. Seems unprovoked. We have a picture of him. Of course, an advertisement. Why not? Stabbing spree police on January 8th at 6:30 p.m. 61-year-old man was stabbed in the lower back, 137th Street Avenue. Okay. Incident. Suspect actually laughed in the victim's face after he stabbed him. 4th woman, 50th Street. Oh, okay. So he's basically around that area. Okay. Male suddenly ran behind her, and she described being punched in the back, but soon realized that she was stabbed. Oh, okay. Let me see. Some would have told that weirdo to get the fuck away from my child. Yeah, well, she almost got beat up, but the security people actually came there. Let me see if I can actually, is that? That's why certain places, unfortunately, are more dangerous than most in New York. Like downtown, like if you go into like Midtown Manhattan, you're pretty much, you can probably walk around most anywhere at night. Pretty much certain parts of Brooklyn too, I would say. But when you go into like Queens and the Bronx, there are certain times you do not want to be walking around at night. Let's just say that much. Because unfortunately, the crazies come out. And that is a situation that occurs a lot. Looks like 2 men were arrested in different stabbings. Yeah, there's a lot of stabbing sprees apparently in New York City that I did not realize. Well, I guess. Queen, are you there? Queen, are you there? Oh, you were so quiet. I was like, I thought you jumped out.
No, I'm just doing something real quick. Just
Yeah, I get you, man. I get you. Oh man, that was fun. It's a pity that you didn't read the notes about Turtle Boy's jailhouse thing. I was hoping, but unfortunately, you didn't get to read it.
No, I didn't get to read it yet. Do you want to go over it tomorrow or something? We're probably gonna have a snow day, like 4 inches of snow so far.
I'll be around all day tomorrow because I took off tomorrow. I'm like, fuck it. I didn't give a fuck. I was like, I had to deal with so much BS this week. I don't believe it. But anyway.
All right. Well, yeah. We'll probably get off here for now. I see Pandrew's over there throwing a fit. I don't even know what the fuck happened yet. So
I would probably, I guess that's going to be the subject matter probably. I guess that will be
crybaby, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but something happened. So
he's a little bitch.
Goodbye, you guys win. You took everything from me. I don't even know what the fuck this is about, but
yeah, well,
it must have happened somewhere. I don't know.
It's an interesting case. Wow, B-Tim, you a rebel. No, I just basically take off. That's the good thing about when you work for yourself. You can decide when day you can work for yourself, what day you want to take off. But anyway, you guys have a good one. Bye, Queen.
See you later, you skedaddling.
All right, bye.
Mr. B Thug needs a hooky day. That's right. Mr. B Thug Thizzle got to take a day off. Out here thugging it and shit. And also, I gotta say this too before we get off here, because I know I'm, probably being streamed in a fucking Discord right now. But let me just say this. Just because I private a fucking stream does not mean I don't stand on what the fuck I say. Okay, I just want to make that clear. Have a good night, y'all. Catch you on the flip side.